When I tell you it's a miracle, when I tell you luck.
What did you have to sacrifice to build Tune 45 to what it is now?
So much time. I made a promise to my wife, you know, that by the time my kids could remember something, I would buy my time back. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just knew that I was gonna work my ass off. I'm at Boston Market in the mornings. I'm at Arby's in the afternoon. I'm going to Barber School at night, and I got a kid on the way. My mother, she worked at Sally's my whole life. Minimum wage job. She raised me on Sally's.
Yeah.
Beauty supply.
What is like one of the biggest lessons that she's taught you?
My mother taught me love. There was nothing I could do wrong to my mother. She always believed I was gonna be great.
Was there ever a time in your journey where you felt like burnt out or like you wanted to stop?
No, man. I couldn't afford it. It's like, it's not about how much I get. It's about what are we going to accomplish? What are we going to build? And that's when I realized everybody's idea of success is different. Yeah.
What mistakes are barbers making that's keeping them stuck?
You're doing stuff for quick money and you're not thinking about your life. Like, you think you gotta learn S&P, man units, you gotta learn how to do dreads, you gotta learn how to do color, you gotta learn how to do this in order to make more money. That's not how you do it. I've done the work. I could lose 245 tomorrow, I'm good.
Pretty straight, right?
I could lose headlines tomorrow, I'm good. I could lose pie counting tomorrow, I'm good. That's the reason why we work so hard for 15 years.
Cool, so I remember back in 2016, right, seeing this Puerto Rican dude, crispy goatee, in a Civic or something like that, talking about how people, instead of listening to music in the barbershop, they should be listening to stock news. And not only did that same dude talk about that, but he talked about being in the shop from 10 to 9 p.m. doing 20 heads a day at $25, making $100K plus. And I have that man here with me today, in Chris Bossio, man. So thank you, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Cool. It's cool, you know, seeing things come full circle and, you know, having you here.
Yeah. So, Chris, did you ever believe that you would attain or have the lifestyle that you have now?
Nah, heck no, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm blessed, bro. God is good. I don't even know, like, I don't know I don't even know how to share how things have evolved to a level where I couldn't even imagine, man. And it's made me even more of a believer. You know what I mean? That anything's possible.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, why do you think it is that you've been able to achieve what you have thus far?
You know, it's hard to really explain it. You know, sometimes I think it's a little bit of luck. But I also think it's just faith. It's just trying to be a righteous person. Even when I didn't have like a relationship with God, for example, I always just try to be a good person, a good father, a good husband. And I just strive to be the best servant leader I could be. You know, I wanted to change my family tree. Even from my early vlogs, that's all I would ever talk about. My brother, we never had a real like strong relationship, but recently we've really gotten close. He asked me a similar question to that because he knows where I come from. Yeah. You know, and he's just like, yo, like, what happened to you? like what made you think different, you know? And it's one of those things, man, where I don't know how to explain that. I can just say God, you know?
Yeah. Was there like a moment that caused a mindset shift in you or a person that you met?
No, man. You know, if you ask any of my siblings, they'll tell you I've always been very ambitious. I've always been a big dreamer. I used to draw and like just dream in my, you know, when I would draw and stuff. And you know, even from like, I know it's kind of like it's one of those stories everybody tells where they sell candy in middle school and stuff. I used to import tall tees from Pakistan to sell them. I was the tall tee guy in my high school. I would take orders on Monday, deliver on Friday. Everybody in school would get their tees, and I'd have $400 or something to spend on the weekend. You know,
yeah.
Like, I just always figured it out. You know what I mean? Like, I always wanted more, and I always dreamed big. And if I wanted it, I would try to figure it out. I would try to solve problems. And man, like, Like if you saw my computer, I had the same computer for like 7 years, but I just kept buying parts and fixing it up because couldn't afford a new computer. But I would figure it out one piece at a time. You know what I mean? And
The same computer that the YouTube videos are posted off of?
No. That one, same shit though.
Wow.
I bought that MacBook. It was a 2010. I bought that MacBook for $300 on Facebook Marketplace, and this is when you could actually change the hard drives and stuff. And I would change the parts to make it work. And I'm building my YouTube channel with that MacBook.
That's crazy.
You know, find a yes, right? I just always kind of had that mentality.
Yeah. How much of how you grew up influences like the way you live your life today?
I don't know. I don't know because, you know, so many people in my life turned out differently. You know, we all kind of went through the same thing. Like I have a brother who's doing life in prison, and similar upbringing. My other brother, he's doing really well in life, but he chose kind of a bad route as well until he got into some trouble and had to figure it out. And then all my cousins, my uncles, like, love them, and I love my family, and I had such a great upbringing with them. I remember, you know, Puerto Rican shit, you know, barbecues on the weekend, just a great time. Jerry Rivera and all that shit, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, the streets, you know, like it's one of those things where it's so interesting how people can all come from the same place, but you know, choose different. It either takes your life, or you decide you don't want to be part of that. You don't want to be a statistic, and I don't know. It's
hard to pinpoint what exactly kept you out of that.
I've thought about it a lot, bro. I've thought about it a lot, but at the end of the day, I try to figure it out, and I don't know, man. I really sometimes I think it's luck, but it's a miracle, man. It's a miracle.
Yeah. What did you think back then was gonna be like your way of changing your situation? Because you said you've always been like a bigger picture, optimistic person.
Yeah.
What was that way for you as a kid in high school? You could be the best at what you do, but if no one knows who you are, it doesn't matter. And that's why I created the Post More, Make More Challenge. This is a live 3-day event where I break down the content system that I use to scale my business to over 1 million followers across all platforms. This not only helped bring clients to my business, but helped me build a personal brand that I could leverage and create income online. Now there's 2 ways for you to attend this event. There's general admission, where you get access to the cause and the private community, and then VIP, where you get access to those 2 things and get an extra hour of Q&A where you can ask your personalized questions. Now imagine you wake up every morning with no stress because you have clients flowing into your business and you're making money off the content you post online. If this sounds good to you, join the Post More, Make More Challenge, and I hope to see you in the community.
Well, high school, all I thought about was basketball.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
gonna slide this over here.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, if I can.
Look at that. Yeah, this was my life, man. This kept me, this and my girlfriend at the time, who's my wife today.
Wow.
Saved my life, bro. Because a lot of people don't realize that this was me my senior year of high school, and I didn't get to play basketball my sophomore year or my junior year because I was ineligible. I never went to school. I was just skipping. And I was talented. I'd play AAU ball and stuff, and I was cooking.
Yeah.
You know, AAU tournaments, make first team all tournament every time. And then finally, my wife was like, yo, get your grades together. And I was high honors that entire year. I got to play my senior year.
That same year?
The same year.
Wow.
I got to play my senior year. I played 1 full season my whole career, and I ended up getting a scholarship playing college ball. Basketball saved me, bro. But that's what I thought I was gonna do. Not like NBA level, but I thought I could play overseas somewhere because I played against some of the best talent in the state. So I knew I was good enough to play overseas, and that's what I thought I wanted to do. But then I didn't want that lifestyle. Like I genuinely, even in high school with my girlfriend, we would talk about family. We would talk about the future, about building something together. Because she comes from a similar background.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just knew that I was gonna work my ass off. Like that's the one thing that I could control, and that was hard work. So.
Has like your wife been that role for you this entire time? Like even transitioning into barbering, building 245,
Oh
scaling
yeah.
your other businesses, has she been that?
My wife is amazing, bro. She hadn't had it. You know, some of the stuff would take some adjusting to get to. Like traveling a lot wasn't part of the plan. You know what I mean? And uh, some people don't know this, but like I used to, bro. I used to be gone 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks at a time. Even though I was doing YouTube and I was cutting hair in the shop. The weekends I was gone. And I would do like 30 city tours, and we would knock them out like 3 cities in a weekend.
Yeah.
Literally do a class, rush to the airport, get on a flight, get to the next city, do a class.
That's a grind, bro.
We would sleep in the airport sometimes.
Yeah.
But we was building something. So, she sacrificed a lot, took some getting used to. She'd complain, she'd pull me down,
Yeah.
balance, right?
Right.
Balance, the whole work-life balance thing. But yeah, she was definitely my rock, man. She pushed me to be a barber. I wanted to join the military because I was like, bro, nothing's working. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm at Boston Market in the mornings. I'm at Arby's in the afternoon. I'm going to Barber School at night, and I got a kid on the way, and I'm like, work ethic ain't a problem.
Yeah.
Work ethic is not a problem. So I just figured if I had the right platform, who knows? I might have been a damn, I don't know, some crazy ranking in the military because I knew I could work hard and I was tough. She was like, hell no. Hell no, you're not, because you never be home. So, but thank God for her, man. I wouldn't be here without her.
What was it about? Like, when did you figure out, right? Because you graduate high school, you don't want to pursue basketball any further. Do you then get the job at Boston Market and Arby's?
Yeah, so I played a year in college, and I hated it because I was in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. And just the politics of it kind of took the fun out of. It's not like AAU. It's not like high school. It becomes like a real job, and then you can't have a job. And then when you're poor, you ain't got no money, and you can't have a job. And the only thing you got is whatever they give you to the little meal cards and stuff. I'm eating Pop-Tarts and ramen. I can't go to the movie theaters. I can't go. I mean, I hated it. Yeah. So, and then I got homesick because of my wife, and so I decided I was gonna move back to Tampa. But I was going to go play ball at one of the schools that wanted me here. And I just figured I'd have to sit out a year anyways. I might as well go to Barber School. And it's interesting because I thought about Barber School because my mother, she worked at Sally's my whole life. Minimum wage job. She raised me on Sally's beauty supply. And she had sent me a pair of trimmers when I was in school because I couldn't afford a haircut. And then my teammate was cutting hair. So then my wife sent me my first pair of clippers. Some fast feeds, and I'm cutting my hair in the dorm rooms or whatever. The same story as everybody.
Right.
Jacking people up. My teammates let me cut every now and then, and I'm like, freak it. I know if I bust my ass in this, I could probably do well. Even if I open a few barbershops, I could probably work my ass off enough to where I'll do well here. So I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna sit out a year and not hoop, I'm gonna go to Barber School. And there was a instructor there. Her name was Miss Pam, and she changed my life, bro. Because
shout out Miss Pam.
This is why I'm so passionate about Barber School slacking, and their favorite thing. And it's not like obviously I love barber schools. I think the license is important, all that stuff. But I will hold people accountable when you just want to be mediocre. When people's lives are at stake here. They're literally investing 20. Some people are investing $30,000 a year for barber school, and you're telling them your responsibility is just to help them pass the test. They're leaving your school. They don't even know how to cut hair.
Right.
A lot of these guys, they're leaving barber school. They can't make a career out of it, so they got into all this debt for what? And I remember, and the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because my first instructor, it was phase 1. Her name was Miss Pam, and she would go through the book and stuff. But what was the biggest impact to me was she would pour vision into the class. Do you know you can own a school? Do you know you can own a salon? You can own barbershops? Do you know you can have your own products? Hey guys, mandatory field trip. We're going to Orlando premiere.
That's crazy. Where's Miss Pam now?
I don't know. So crazy thing is, before I could even finish school, mind you, it took me 2 years to finish barber school because I was working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
before I could finish, they fired her because she just kept pressuring the school owners to do more for the students. And she was very outspoken. And I remember she had put together like a petition and had all the students sign it to because we you remember when hair designs got real popular?
Oh, yeah.
Hair design. Everybody, they were coming out with tattoo trimmers. Remember that?
Yeah, I had them.
Yeah. And so it got real popular, and we was loving it because we were getting a lot of traffic. So we got to practice. The school owner decided to start charging more. So all the customers, they didn't want to get designs anymore.
Yeah.
It was too expensive. So we didn't get to practice no more. So what we said is, that's fine. This is your business, but at least supply us with materials, DVDs, something so that we can learn the or whatever. So he didn't want to do it. We did the petition thing. Next, you know, a few weeks later, she was gone.
Wow.
I've never seen her since. But shout out to Miss Pam, man.
That's crazy, because when I was in barber school, similar enhancements like started to become more and more popular. Right, I went around 2018.
Yeah.
And we just started doing them without asking.
Yeah.
And at first they said, no, you can't do that here.
Yeah.
And then they added it to the service list and made people pay for it.
Yeah.
But I guess the difference in our school is we just did it anyway.
Yeah.
And if they yelled at us, they yelled at us.
Yeah. Well, we would do it anyways too, but then they would take our credits away.
Oh, wow.
So they would go into the computer and say, nope, never mind.
That's crazy.
Because you know, you're going around them. So it was interesting. It was interesting.
What is it that has? Because it seems like all barber schools are like that, or at least the majority.
A lot of them, yeah.
Why has it become so normal for that to be the standard?
This is what I think. And, you know, I could be wrong here. I have a lot of friends that own schools, very successful schools. And it's not like I haven't formed my opinion just based on my experience going to barber school. You know, I have friends that are in it, and I ask them and stuff. And what it tends to be is it's just money, man. It's just about money. And because a lot of schools are chasing that financial aid money, and that financial aid money comes quick. And, I mean, a lot of people get grants. I got a grant. I got the loans, everything. If they wanted to charge me $40,000 for barber school, the government probably would have gave me the money. I'd be in a bunch of debt, right? And so the schools are like, shit, I could just keep raising my tuition, make the bank, and the only thing I gotta do is make sure that the state board test that I meet certain numbers. That's all we're gonna focus on. So it's not that their criteria to make that type of bread is based on competition, right? Because it's so difficult to open a school for barbers. A lot of barbers aren't doing it. There's not a lot of competition, and there's free flowing money. As long as you can get financial aid, you're straight.
Yeah.
And then some of these state laws, like there's barbers that got to travel to other states to go to barber school. So they have they're protected by regulation, so much so where they don't have to compete and actually offer a great school in order to be successful. They just got to make sure people can pass the test.
Man, that's super unfortunate. I mean, I can count on my hands how many barbers I went to school with out of a class of 25 who do it full time and like make good money.
Yeah.
Or do it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is very sad because, bro, 1,800 hours it is in Ohio, you know?
It's a lot over there.
It's almost a year and a half.
Yeah. It's a lot less now because of that, but it used to be 1,200 here. And, you know, another thing too is, you know, with the schools, it's interesting because they don't have to meet any criteria. Like they got to get credits and stuff, but they don't have to. A lot of these schools are just kind of putting numbers in. And they don't get regulated as much. I remember I went to a Barber's board meeting. Have you ever been to one?
No.
So I had done like some live streams. I was trying to get people from Florida to come with me to the Barber's board meeting. It was all the way in like Jacksonville, like that area, St. Augustine. So that's like 5 hours from here, 4.5 hours from here. So I took the trip over there to make it to the Barber's board meeting, and the Barber's board, they were like surprised, like where are all these barbers coming from? And they said at that meeting, this is the first time that they can remember. Some of these guys have been part of the board for like 10 years, a decade. That someone has showed up to a Barber's board meeting that wasn't called to be there.
Wow.
And we had a whole group there. And I'm watching, and there's this barber who's getting destroyed because he got his barber's license illegally.
Uh-huh.
He took the state board, he passed it, but the way he got eligible to take the state board was because the school was giving him his hours under the table. And he just kind of paid. He didn't really go to the school. And so they banned him from getting his barber's license and fined him. And I'm like, but what about the school? Oh, we don't regulate the schools.
That's crazy.
All we can do is file a complaint to the Department of Education, and they might do something, they might not. So these schools are getting rich. The standard is set really, really low. The barbers, they're held accountable for everything. And we're told that you got to go to school because of sanitation, right? Except when the pandemic happened, they had us opening up with concerts and theme parks. Like, barbershops are the most dangerous place, but we literally spend tens of thousands of dollars for this education to literally learn. We go to school more than EMTs for bacteria and diseases and HIV. We got to do the HIV course every year. So it's just, and then when you say something about it, it's like, it's no, you can't. But it's a problem. It is a problem. So,
why do you care?
Why do I care? I don't know. This industry's kind of been my life, you know, and everybody I know, everything that I do, like the amount of people that I've met at shows and stuff. When you think about, I mean, you're an influencer, right? Like you have a lot of content. I don't know if you talk to your followers a lot. I'm sure you do, but like I've been through that. And it wasn't cool. It fucking sucked.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't like that experience with Barber School and how they took advantage of so many people. And so I have a platform now. So if people ask me, and they do ask me all the time,
right,
I'm going to say something. I'm going to speak up about it and I'm going to give my opinion. I don't care enough to, people say all the time, go open a school, blah, blah, blah. I don't care enough to do that. But I care enough to do my part in the way that I can. So free education. The reason why my channel blew up, especially during that time, the timing was amazing, was because barber schools were playing my content.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. People will say, yo, my barber school's playing, my barber school's playing. A lot of the classes that I used to do when I used to go on tour were instructors that were trying to get me to go out to the school. And so I'd fly out, go to the school, do classes and stuff. And it's never been about the instructors. A lot of times the instructors are held back at these barber schools.
Yeah.
Number one, they're not paid enough. Number two, you know, a lot of times they're not allowed to teach some of the things that they want to teach because it's not going to help the school hit the numbers for the barber exam. They just do what's in the book.
Yeah, and I guess like a lot of the reason instructors become instructors is because the barber schools didn't show them how to even make barbering lucrative. So
they're not doing it for the money.
No,
they're doing it for the passion, right? And so if these are the people that
I would say a lot of them do it because they didn't make the money barbering, but they just don't want to fully leave the industry.
But I've met a lot of instructors that are very successful and have their own shops.
Yeah.
And they still are instructing at these schools. I've met so many of them, and that's why I care, because I rub shoulders with these people. I shake hands with these people. I talk to them. And you know, I used to live stream pretty much every day.
Oh yeah.
And I'd constantly be talking about, these are the topics that would come up. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's just kind of naturally one of those topics that I really had a lot of passion about, because it affected so many people around me.
And I guess the reason I asked that, right, is because I would say if most people reach the level of success you have, these are issues that don't really involve them anymore, right? And they're like, okay, whatever, I'm past that, right? But like one thing I've noticed with you, with every really endeavor that you take on, is you genuinely care about other people. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people lack, because it's all about themselves, right? We live in a world that's all about you.
Yeah.
Why do you, like, what makes you like such a, at least I would consider you a selfless person. Why do like, what makes you like that?
Yeah, it's because it's the right thing to do. Because it's right. You know, like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe God puts it into my heart to do it. You know, like, I've been burned. You know, people, you know how it is, man. Like, you could give people the world, and they just gonna take what you can give them, and when you can't give them nothing else, they're gone. You know what I mean? And so I've seen a lot of people in and out of my life that you know, it's interesting, the relationships that I've had, some great ones, some amazing ones. And there's most of the people that have been in my life have grown, you know what I mean? And I love that. You know, it fires me up, it gets me excited. And then I just think to myself, what's the point of having all this wealth? And I'm not even talking about financially, I'm talking about beyond that. You know, like God has blessed me to go through experiences, through challenges that you can't learn in Harvard. You know what I mean? And so what's the point of having all that wealth if you just keep it to yourself? And so I always like to talk about information. Like I always like to give what I think, new things that I've learned. You know, I do that with my family, I do that with my kids. That's just the type of person I am. And it's difficult for me to explain it, but it feels good to do it. It feels right. You know?
Yeah, and as I've been around you guys like for this past, you know, 6 months, and really, bro, I felt a part of this since the beginning. Bro, I feel like I watched it, or I was part of it. You know what I'm saying? But to see that a lot of the people that work alongside you with Soon 45 are friends and family. Like that's rare, you know, and to have everybody on the same page and care about it just as much as you, like it's even more special.
Yeah, I mean, you've hung out with a lot of people that are genuinely family. Like Dre was my client. Nate was my client.
I remember seeing Nate. I remember seeing Dre.
Ray's my
on the
brother-in-law.
channel before, like, you know what I'm saying? They were even part of it.
Yeah. Ray's my brother-in-law. He's part of it too now. Like it's just, I feel like, you know, it's just good to do, and good things happen to good people, you know, for the most part. And if it doesn't, then there's always an underlying half glass full, you know, experience that you can have, or learning experience that you can have with everyone and every experience that you have. So
so you're 26, right? When you started the YouTube channel, you were 26, around there, or older, younger?
No, I was younger. I was 24. I think.
Okay, you're 24. You had 2 shops. Right? That a lot of people, that is the pinnacle of success, at least in the barbering industry. What made you start making content?
My goal was to open 100 shops. Like at that time, that's all I knew. And so I had 2 other business partners. The only way I had bread to open my own location, but I wanted to open up shops with good people, because I've always believed in building a bigger pie. You know, I used to read books. I mean, I still do, but I used to read a lot of books because we didn't have ChatGPT.
Right.
You know, and even access to the internet, I didn't have. Sometimes I go to the library and have to wait turns, you know what I mean,
That's crazy.
For a computer. So I would read a lot of books. And every time I would read a book about, you know, a business that I admired, like Nike, like Apple, you know, I don't know if you know the company Zappos that got bought by Amazon. Like, you know, another really good one is Jack Ma with Alibaba. And you just hear their stories, and it's like, it's not about how much I get. It's about what are we going to accomplish? What are we going to build? And you can't do it by yourself. And so anytime I was around good people, I knew how valuable good people are. You know, it's very hard to find great people. People say all the time, yo, how do you build a good team? I don't. I'm just around good people, and I try my damnedest to be of value to them, to serve them, and not lose them, because it's hard to find good fucking people. You know, and that's what I noticed with a lot of these entrepreneurs, even like the Elon Musk and all these guys, is they generally have people in their life that's been there forever, and they might build, you know, PayPal first, and then they build Tesla, but a lot of their team kind of goes to these things and they change the world. And, you know, I'm in a position where I'm doing, even with 2 shops, you know, I have some real estate, 2 shops, I'm making 6 figures. I'm doing way better than I ever thought I would have been doing. Remember, I'm a guy that was working 2 minimum wage jobs. My wife is working minimum wage at JCPenney. We're on welfare. Like, you know, we're on everything.
You made it.
I'm like,
so your family and everybody,
made it. You know, like, oh my God, this shit is possible. And I'm 24. I'm excited. And I got so many people I love. that they could benefit from this information, from all this. And so, man, I just wanted to continue to grow. And one of the things that we needed to do to keep growing was to attract barbers to want to work at our shops. So I started the YouTube channel to try to pour into barbers to show them what's possible and inspire barbers and make them want to, you know, do what I'm doing, right? Because I believed in building a bigger pie. And so when I was coming up as a barber, the only barber that really, I'm not gonna say the only, I was inspired by a lot of barbers, but the barber that really, really changed my life was Al's Millions.
Al's Millions, that's not the one who just got the award at Jacksonville, is it?
I don't know. Maybe
so.
But he's an OG, and he had an online academy back then.
That's crazy.
And it was called Average Barbers Making Above Average Money.
Even the name was fire.
And AdMam is what we used to call it for short. And he had these little MP3s that you could download. They were podcasts.
Yeah.
But this is 2012, 2013. And they were podcasts, and I used to drive an hour to work, right? So check this out. Ray, my brother-in-law that's been helping you today, he had gotten into some issues, and he didn't have a car. So I used to drive him all the way to Hillsborough, to Tampa, from Spring Hill, that's an hour, to come back to Land O'Lakes, where like Dre and all them live, to work at the shop, go back to Tampa, drive all the way back to Spring Hill every single day, working at the shop. So in the car, I'm listening to those MP3s. Those was like my Bible at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this shit is impactful. This is so impactful. And like, look what I'm doing with my life. I'm doing so much better. I want to do the same thing and reach some people. And let's see if people care. Man, the first 2 videos I dropped were crazy.
Yeah. That was the zero gap, and then the video,
the skeleton when you cut off the thing.
Yeah,
and then
a family member.
Yeah, right. And then the haircut tutorial. The first one I did was on my brother-in-law. Rest in peace. And it was in the townhome in the dining room. It was so bad.
Lighting was off.
Terrible.
Yeah,
but it got a couple 100,000 views.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So from then on, we just started doing it, and we started building like a brand. But I thought it was gonna help me more locally, and it went way beyond what I ever expected.
So there was a lot sacrificed. It seems like the theme of your life is you sacrifice for bigger picture.
Oh yeah.
But like most people would not be willing to do that because of burnout.
Yeah.
Right? Was there ever a time in your journey where you felt like burnt out or like you wanted to stop?
No, man. I couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford it, bro. Like, and I feel like that maybe that does help. You know, like being in a place where you from scarcity, you know, and you're drowning and you got to keep swimming, and you know, when you think you're gonna get your head above water, something happens, or you're responsible for another human being, and you got a kid coming, for whatever it may be. But I also always felt like it's selfish to just stop because I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm good, but yo, I got
family.
I got loved ones. I got a sister. I got real responsibilities. I come from nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm doing something at 24 years old that no one in my family has ever done.
Yeah.
Ever. Like a whole nother level. So I'm gonna stop because I'm good.
Who am I to say I'm tired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not tired, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 24 years old. And I got so many people around me that are feeling just like I felt. Head under the water, drowning. You know, like.
Yeah, honestly, not only did you teach me barbering, right? Because that's what you did. You taught haircuts. But there was a mindset that, like, I think I was able to catch early on. And that was thanks to your content, man.
Yeah.
But it seems like really early on, you really value other people's opinions. And with valuing other people's opinions, you started to listen to your subscribers. And you dropped a product.
Yeah.
What was that first product?
A shave gel. Why?
Why a shave gel?
Shave gels were hot at the time. You did your research, bro. You was on it. You've always been part of it, though, bro. Yeah, that's me making shave gel with.
I remember the YouTube
Dre.
video, man.
Look how skinny Dre was. Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, shave gels were hot at the time. Elegance, like that whole crew killed it. Pacino's was killing it, and don't get me wrong, I love their products and stuff, but I just wanted mine a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even want to come out with a product. I just wanted to go to shows. Mm-hmm. And I remember, the Orlando premiere was like a big deal to me because that's kind of what made me realize, damn, this industry's huge. And so in my YouTube videos, I used to respond to people, conversate with people. And they'd be like, yo, you going to the premiere this year? You going to the premiere? Yo, you should be teaching a class. You should be teaching. Yeah, I should teach a class. Mm. So I call them. Yeah, you got to have a booth to be able to teach a class. And then you got to put your name in and we have to approve it. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I said, okay, cool. How much is the booth? $5,000. $5,000? Yeah. For a 10 by 10? Oh, shit. I'm doing all right, but I ain't doing that good. I'm putting money into barbershops and I'm reinvesting. And I was like, I can't afford that. So I literally just vlogged it, talked to my audience on YouTube, and they was like, bro, just come out with a product, we'll support you, and maybe then it can happen. So I think I had like 4 months to figure this out. Yeah. Not even, like 3 months to figure this out. So we put our deposit in, and I didn't have a product yet, bro. So I'm calling like everyone to figure out how to get shave gel, how to get a product. I'm gonna white label it and shit. Mm-hmm. I remember calling this guy who owned a factory in California. This old man owned a factory in California, and he had a YouTube channel. And when I called, he's like, it's not even worth it. It's too far. By the time I send you, you pay for shipping. You're gonna lose money. Expensive. Yeah, you're gonna lose money, and you're not trying to order 5,000 units. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, I gotta figure this out. Find a yes. So I started going into cosmetic chemistry forums and YouTube videos and learning how to do it. Mm-hmm. I started ordering the ingredients and learning about it and making the shave gel in my kitchen until I got it right. I would be at the barbershops, local supply stores around here, seeing what their opinions were. And eventually we got a decent product. And that's what we brought to the Orlando premiere, and that's what started Tomb 45.
What did you have to sacrifice to build Tomb 45 to what it is now?
So much time. I made a promise to my wife, that by the time my kids could remember something, I would buy my time back. So I was getting into time debt so that eventually we'd have a prosperous life, and I wouldn't have to sacrifice time anymore. I'd be there with my kids.
Did you meet that timeline that you gave her?
No, we definitely went a little bit over, but it was because things were going so good. They were going so good. Like by that timeline, we were getting ready to launch the Beam Team, the wireless charging man. Yeah. Shit, we were having fun at that point in time, and I would bring my wife on the trip. She was part of the business. She used to do the customer service and ship and stuff for us too. My kids would help out.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it became like a family thing. They'd be at the warehouse helping ship and stuff. And so we didn't meet that timeline, but we got really close, and we could have chilled out, but hell no. Yeah.
What's something you believed early on in your entrepreneurial journey, like building Tomb 45, that like you had to like unlearn?
Oh man. Not everybody wants what you want.
I relate to that one.
Yeah. You think, especially people you've grown up around that have gone through the same thing, it kind of goes back to that. Everybody adapts differently. Either you become part of that world or you don't want to be part of it, so you're going to figure out how to get out of it. Yeah. And I used to think ambition was like everybody wanted to do better. Right? Because that's what we talk about. We talk about doing better.
Yeah, when you talk with your boys,
everybody
just dream.
Talks about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people aren't willing to pay the price. And no matter what, even if you're trying to build clientele and you're trying to become a 6-figure barber, there's a price to pay. Yeah. There's some time debt that you got to pay to get to that. And it can come, don't get me wrong, but might happen in 10 years, you know, 5 years or whatever. But that was a hard lesson for me because I love these people. And I'm like, I'm just trying to pull them to drink the water. Come on, drink the water. And, no, you just couldn't. And that's when I realized everybody's idea of success is different. You know, like, but I also have appreciation for that because I you know, it really hit me when I would coach my son and I'd be at like, you know, the whatever league it is. And I'm seeing some dads, they're coaching 4 teams. They're coaching teams that they don't even have a kid in. The community needs that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like there's people that sacrifice in different ways, right? They might not have all the money in the world, but they're doing some great things for their community, for people, for, you know, they're creating impact. So I don't know. I try to be a lot smarter about that. That's what really made me believe in servant leadership.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want to do in life? What is success to you? It's different for everyone. And whatever is success to you, as long as it's in, you know, it's one of those things where you're going to help, contribute. It's badass shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes it's hard for me to like see how they could just be okay with where they are.
Yeah.
And just when I was a little younger, right, it was like bro, you just don't want it bad enough.
Yeah.
But then there's also like a beauty in like being okay with where you are.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what is the goal? Is to be content, to be
you can't be happy if you're not content. You can't, and content sometimes it has a bad connotation. You know what I mean? But I'm content. I'm content as hell. That doesn't mean I ain't gonna keep working and keep growing.
Yeah.
But I'm blessed. What would I look like not counting my blessings and not being content with what I have? If my businesses don't grow another dollar from now on, it's okay. You know, there's other ways to be blessed as well. You know, like so.
What would be your advice to someone who wants to release a product but doesn't know where to start?
First off, I would say read the book EMyth by Michael Gerber. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times we say we want to come out with a product, but it might not be what you want. You know, like people don't realize the responsibilities of that. I don't know. Have you been to our warehouse?
I went there today. That's where. I went there this weekend though. Yes.
So imagine your business is doing well and you don't have a team, but you need warehousing because you got to store the inventory. You need customer service. You need branding. Somebody who's doing marketing and advertising. Who's gonna go to these shows? Who's gonna pick, pack, and ship everything? Who's gonna create the new products? Quality control. There's just so much work, and you know, depending on what you're trying to do with the product, you could become a slave to it and kill the quality of your life. You know, like what's the point if you lose your soul to it because it could destroy you. But you know, if you're a barbershop owner, you want to have product in your shop or something. You know, to me, the best way to do that is if you're passionate about it, learn how to make it on your own. Because it's fun. It's a fun project. I know there's guys who they cocktail product and it's almost like, you know, people who kind of create their own beer or their own wine. It's fun to them. Like that's cool and that's something that you can learn online. Like, you got ChatGPT these days. You can learn how to concoct some type of product, make it yourself. You might hate it once you get started.
Right. That's a lot.
That's why I like starting there because you might hate it once you once you do it. The other thing that you could do is find a contract manufacturer around you locally. It's going to be really expensive. You know, you might be paying, you know, if you're trying to be at $15, you might be paying $7 for each jar. And they might want you to pay 2,000, you have 2,000 units. But that's okay. And for a fee, they'll allow you to formulate it yourself. You can give them, you know, different ideas of what you're looking for. Again, shout out to AI, use that shit, right?
Yeah.
And put it in your shop, see if it does well. And maybe it does scale. Maybe your barbers can help you. Maybe you do have the team to grow it. One of the things that we did was we went to different shows, trading shows. That's a good one if you're serious about it. If you want.
That's similar to when people want to release like a merch and they go to like a convention where they look
go
at
to a
fabrics and
convention.
stuff? Okay.
So barbers go to barber conventions, and that's more like networking, barber battles, that type of thing. But there's trading shows where some of them are huge. You can go to, and then they're going to be from all. There's going to be trading companies, manufacturers from all over the world. You might have some from Turkey, from America, from Japan, from China, all over. And the Cosmoprof shows are a good one. There's one in Italy, Bologna. There's one in Vegas that's smaller. There's one in Miami that's really small. But the one in Bologna, Italy is huge. And you can go there and you can find all kinds of manufacturers that you could work with. But when you get to that level, you gotta order some shit.
Right.
You gotta order 5,000, 10,000 units.
You're not ordering just 5 or 10. Yeah.
And you can get samples, but they're gonna hit you over the head for those samples because they're trying to protect their volumes. But if you're serious, that's probably the best route to go. And depending on what country you're in, you might need a translator. The first one that I did was 21 days in China. We didn't even have a translator. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I lost 15 pounds out there. I was lost.
Yeah, that's when you and Danny took a flight and just
Loco, yeah.
and Loco. Okay.
We didn't have no plan. We just showed up.
Yeah.
Figured it out, and since then we've probably been on a whole bunch of trips over there. But yeah, we have our stuff manufactured all over the world, and I think that's important. Our shave gels, our no drip, a lot of our wet products are manufactured here in Florida. We have some stuff that's manufactured in California, but then we have some stuff in Turkey. We have some stuff in China. And I think
is that for reasons like when laws change, like tariffs and stuff like that?
Yes, it'll save you. It'll save you because you never know what's going on. Like people think it's just so easy. Just make it in America. Yeah, it's much more complex than that. Sometimes it's not about cheap labor. Sometimes the cheaper manufacturers are actually better than the ones in America. Sometimes they're actually better. Sometimes they have the skill sets that are better. There's a currency exchange that's different. Don't get me wrong. Some of the most expensive products that we have right now, the cost is, let's say we have, all right, I'll give you one. Our hair clay, the indestructible clay. Yeah. That's the only styling product that we get from China. Okay. And the reason why, bro, is I went and I visited this guy's factory, and I promise you, it was like Willy Wonka. It was the most beautiful factory, clean as hell. We had to take like 3 air showers before we actually got onto the floor. We had to wear suits, shoe covers, something over our head, over our beard. That's crazy. But the factory was gorgeous. And the owner of it was just so passionate. He's involved in everything, and he's constantly trying new innovative products. Dry shampoo that does this and that as well. And like he just kept bringing me products. And then on the top floor of his factory was like a freaking playground for barbers and hairstylists. Like you could literally just go up there, try all the products. It looked like a multi-million-dollar salon. Wow. You could just tell this guy was super passionate. And then, so I'm thinking this China is gonna be cheap. Man, his products were expensive as hell. That's why we went with the tin. Because we had to try to save money because...
The original packaging.
The original packaging, yeah. Because we had to try to save money because that clay alone was more expensive than any other hairstyling product we had by like double.
Is that why there was a period of time where it wasn't available?
Yes.
I hated it.
Yes. But that product was so good that I'm like, freaking, we're not going to make a lot of money off of this. Yeah. But it's so good that this guy's so dope. Maybe we can make something of it. So, that's just you never know.
Yeah. That's more high level, right? But a lot of barbers, like for us, the 100K barber is the standard, right? Because that's what we're surrounded with. Yeah. But the majority of the barber industry is stuck. Yeah. What mistakes are barbers making that's keeping them stuck?
I think it's they constantly just, you're doing stuff for quick money and you're not thinking about your life. Right? So, what's the point of all the stuff that we do? All good money ain't good money. Right. All money is not good money. So you're a barber, and we've seen it a million times. Like, you think you got to learn S&P, man units, you got to learn how to do dreads, you got to learn how to do color, you got to learn how to do this in order to make more money.
And day trading.
And day trading, and wholesaling real estate, and drop shipping, and Uber when it's slow. That's not how you do it. You have to focus on something for a period of time so that something can blossom from it. And then you start to stack things, right? So for me I focused on barbering. I was so passionate about it. Literally, 4 o'clock in the morning, watching Donato the barber, watching Vic the barber, all these people on YouTube. I was passionate about it. I wanted to be the best barber in my city. And not just skill-wise, but I wanted to give the best experience possible. Like customer service was everything to me. I was a barber, and that was my focus. Because I knew I could stack from there. The next step was the barber shops. And then we just keep opening shops.
That's mine.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lack of focus, and it's not leveraging. Not leveraging.
Okay.
Barbers can't leverage most of the time. And the reason why is because they don't show any proof of income.
Leveraging banks and stuff
Everything,
like that. Okay.
Everything. Just leveraging. You cannot make money just because of what you do. You have to be able to make money in other ways. That's how you buy your time back.
Yeah.
You know, barbers get burned out not because they work a lot. It's because they don't see no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no way out of this. I'm gonna do this the rest of my life. They got no good plan aside from that. And it's just, there's so many ways to make money in 2025 on top of barbering without having to do a million things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I guess my question would be, when would somebody know it's time to stack or pivot to something else?
You just know, bro. Like, okay, so for me, this is kind of how it worked out for me. I was charging $18 a haircut, making 6 figures. I went up to $23. I thought I was killing it. Went up $5, making more money than I've ever made in my life. But I'm busting my ass to do it.
Right.
But my goal was to buy a house and to open a barbershop. That was my goal. So, because I knew if I could buy the house and then my wife is happy, boom, you know, all that sacrifice, she's starting to see some fruit from that labor, right? So that was one thing. The other thing was buying a barbershop because I knew I could make money outside of just being behind the chair. And that could buy some of my time back. But it just depends on who you are, because with one barbershop, you can make 50, 60, 70,000 a year net profit just from booth rent, right? Okay, what does that look like in your life? If you make 6 figures and an extra 50, 60, 70 from your shop, and let's say you're making 200,000 a year now because of it, for some people, that's the ticket. Okay, time to stack, right? Or it might be, you know, like a lot of times for me, I wanted to be busy. I wanted to prove that barbering could be a career before I started to invest in other things.
Got you.
And we do that with our companies too. Like Danny and I, we sit down once a year and we say, what's the levers that we're gonna pull, right? What's the number that we have to meet to do the next thing? We talk about it all the time, and you have to talk about it all the time. Talk about it with your family, with your wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that kind of goes back to the conversation of knowing what success is for you. I think when you have like establishing the goal and maybe reverse engineering from that, would be a good way to go about it.
That's what I do with my barbers. You know, I'll be like, bro, what does 3 to 5 years look like to you? You know, I want to do this. I want to be able to coach my kids on the weekend. Boom, boom, boom. So what you want to work like 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week? Oh, that's easy, bro. That's easy. So we put together a plan. And once you hit that, we call it the fork. That's when you know it's time to stack. Either you can, if you're ambitious, you can stack. If you're not, if you're ambitious about something else, go do something else.
Yeah.
But at least you bought time. So now you only need to work 3 days a week in the shop. You got 4 days to do that other thing now. Or you could be like Jordy and put your foot on the gas.
Take it to the moon.
Be like me. Put my foot on the gas.
Yep.
I'm not gonna stop working less. I'm gonna make more. I'm gonna stack on top, because everything I can stack on top, that's more ammunition that I have to pour into other things, to build other things, you know?
Got you. So I'm a barber now. I'm making the money I wanted, right? And now I'm at that fork. What is the stack? Like, how do you decide what you want that stack to be?
Yeah, it depends on what you're okay with, right? Like real estate ain't for everybody, right? I like real estate. I don't like it the way some people do. I like it to be. I don't need to make money, for example, from my real estate.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to cash flow from my real estate. I know that sounds weird, but when you get to a certain tax bracket, you want real estate so that you don't have
For
to pay
write-offs.
for write-offs, so you don't have to pay so much taxes. And if somebody else is paying the mortgage and it's appreciating, you know, in the long term, 20 years, that's pretty much guaranteeing you're gonna be a millionaire, right? If you have a few properties or whatever. So that's why I like real estate, but it ain't for everybody. Some people hate real estate, and so I don't advise everybody to just go invest in real estate. For some people, it might be stocks. Like, bro, I've shown you the options that I'm doing. I'm selling puts on options. I'm just selling insurance. A lot of barbers don't realize they can make full-time income in their sleep just doing that. If you want to learn that skill set.
Yeah, I have a client who sells options, and he's always telling me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I make an extra $5,000 a month just from selling puts.
Yeah.
Every single month.
That's crazy.
And it's one of those things where anyone can learn how to do it. It's not day trading, right? You have to be conservative. You have to be okay with not making quick money. It's literally selling insurance, pretty much.
Okay.
And so you gotta have discipline and manage your money. But if you don't have discipline, if your credit's jacked, you're probably not gonna do good selling puts. So that's not for you either. For some people, it's a food truck right in front of their barbershop.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Gotcha.
But you gotta know what environment you thrive in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And so self-awareness is very important. I can't teach people that on you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where you have to build this muscle, and eventually you'll get it. You'll understand it. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that. I do.
Yeah.
That's fire. If you could go back and give the younger version of yourself, young Chris, early in his barber career, before 245 was even a thought, what advice would you give him? Or what would you tell him if it's not advice?
Don't stress what you can't control so much. You know, like I used to have this and it was a gift and a curse, but I used to act like time is running out all the time, bro. I'm 24 years old and I'm acting like
I'm about to die.
I ain't got no, like if I don't, you know, so I was acting like you know, even now I'm 37 years old and I act like I'm old as shit, you know, like time is so important. And I learned this lesson a little bit too late, and I learned it from Danny, my business partner, because Danny will tell you I'm psychotic almost when it comes to working. And he hit me one time. He's like, bro, it's not just the destination, it's the journey too. Like, that shit matters. And that's when I started, like, because one thing that I learned from him that was so not normal to me was, imagine it's January and you already have your summer trip booked out, your kids' summer camps are booked out, you already know what you guys are doing for the winter break, you already know what you're doing for spring break. It's already mapped out, it's already booked, it's already done. I never seen nothing like that. Right?
Yeah.
And it's not that you don't have enough time to do it, you're just not efficient enough with your time. If you cared enough, use some of that ambition towards living a better quality life, and you'll be able to do both. Work your ass off and have a great quality of life.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that through him. So
How important has Danny been in your life?
oh,
I've heard you describe
brother.
him as a second wife.
yeah. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds, like
Maybe not second wife. You guys are married.
we're married.
Yeah.
Like we got each other's back on a lot of things, and our strengths and weaknesses kind of complement each other so well.
Yeah.
But he's a hell of a servant leader too. Like, he's the type of guy that if I was in Georgia and my car broke down, that dude would get on a flight.
And come get you.
He would drive over there. He's that type of individual. And it's contagious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you he also comes from a whole different world than I do, a whole different background. I've never been exposed to that type of person who was an executive in a company, super successful. Before I met him, I never even knew Danny to have a job. When I met him, he was like 34 years old, two Supras, beautiful cars, beautiful house, didn't have a job, millions of dollars in real estate.
He was retired.
He was retired.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was retired already.
Wow.
He gave Perez the money to open the first location.
Before you even were
Before
around.
I even met him. I didn't even know him. I met him through Perez.
That's crazy.
And that was just, he saw something in me, I saw something in him, and like we just kind of complimented each other, and I've learned a lot. And he'll tell you he's learned a lot from me, and I think that's just him being nice because he's older than me.
Yeah.
And he's also just the smartest guy I know, bro. Like in any room, and I've been in rooms with executives at the biggest companies in this industry, right?
Yeah.
And this dude, man, he's just such a smart person.
That's so awesome. I would love to talk to him one day because I've seen him from a distance. I've seen him at shows, but he seems like a genuine, humble guy.
Yeah, you need to. He's I don't know. He's not everybody's cup of tea. He gets the comparison of Steve Jobs a lot because he ain't for everybody.
Right.
But he's an amazing person. If he fucks with you, he's a real one.
That's beautiful. So I would say I'm similar to you in the sense of my relationship with work can be to some people unhealthy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I have an all-in type of mentality. And the struggle that I've had personally, because I like to use this podcast as a way for me to learn from people that I look up to as well, is bro, you have 9 barbershops, you have a coaching program, you invest in businesses. I know the trucking one, and I'm there's so many others, and 245. How do you balance, being a father, a husband, and all those roles, as a business owner?
Yeah, that was a big struggle for me too, and it's compromise. It's knowing that tomorrow everything ain't gonna fall apart on you. It's okay. Like it's okay to be gone 10 days. No one from your businesses hears from you. You just come back and fix and put out fires if you need to. Like at the end of the day, what's the most important thing in your life, and make it known. And make it okay. Like even with our employees, especially like Pie County, I tell them all the time, listen, if you're starting to feel stressed, sad, whatever, go take a vacation. And if you don't have the money, let us know. We'll figure it out. Because if you're not happy, that trickles down and it trickles up.
Yeah.
Right? And so you just got to create a culture around you that it's okay to compromise. It's okay that the shop is not perfect.
Yeah. It's
okay that you got a bad review this week on Google. We'll figure that out. We always do. Because we're built like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it took a long time for me to learn that. And 245 ain't perfect.
Yeah.
People talk shit about us all the time. But
was there a point where that used to really bother you?
Hell yeah.
And then what was the shift to where okay, I'm gonna leave, and if there's a fire that happens, it is what it is. How did you develop that mentality?
It's just one of those things where, what's the point of it all? What's the point of it all? If I've done the work, I could lose 245 tomorrow. I'm good.
Be straight, right?
I could lose headlines tomorrow. I'm good. I could lose Pie County tomorrow. I'm good. That's why we did it. I could lose all my real estate. We're good. The coaching program, shit made $1 million last year. It's okay. We're good. That's the reason why we worked so hard for 15 years.
Wow.
I stayed the course. I had faith. I believed in it. And I sacrificed back then so that I can enjoy this. And even you, Dre, you're in a position where 99% of people Do you realize that, right? Like, you know, do you know what the top 1% of income earners in the United States makes?
What is like what is it? I don't know.
It's like 600,000 a year. In the world, it's like 300.
Wow.
And I personally know barbers in my circle that make 500,000 a year.
It's crazy.
Yo, y'all realize how blessed y'all are? Like, people don't, even if you make 300, 200,000 a year, you're in the top 10% of income earners. Man, enjoy it a little bit. Not just that, but tomorrow's not promised. You know, like, I think my mother getting sick was a big one for me. I used to tell my wife all the time, you know, my mom's dream in Puerto Rico, my family's from Guayama, horses, you know, land, that type of thing. And my mom's dream was to move back to Puerto Rico. She wanted to retire there and have some farmland. Bro, that was my goal. I was gonna buy my mom the land, the house in Puerto Rico. That was the goal.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, man, I got time. My mom's 53, 54 years old. I got time. Then she calls me. She says, son, I'm lost. What are you talking about? I can't find your house. I'm laughing. Ma, you've been to my house a million times. You live 20 minutes away. How are you lost? And then those occurrences happen. And I'll never forget. So my mother, she was dating, she had a serious relationship after my father. They weren't married, but the guy was Dominican. And my mom is Puerto Rican, obviously. And I'll never forget, we were at her house visiting. I used to visit her as much as I could. And she pointed at the Dominican flag and said, the Puerto Rican flag. Like, Ma, I thought she was joking. She wasn't. My mom was like 55 years old when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. 55. By the time she was 58, she didn't know who I was. She wasn't even 60 years old and she didn't know who I was. And my dream was to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you got time. You don't.
Yeah.
What is all this shit for? Like, figure it the fuck out. The same way you're figuring out the podcast, the business, you're out here, you did it. This is some dope shit that you're doing. Bro, you have it in you to figure out the vacations too. This year we've taken a vacation every single month. And that's by design. Because I'm not playing that game no more.
Yeah.
I've earned this shit, bro.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay. I used to feel guilty about it.
Taking vacations?
Yeah. I used to feel guilty about it. Nah, I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
I used to feel guilty about buying myself nice things.
Yeah.
I remember I made $1 million in a year, bro. And I was still driving a 20-year-old car with no AC, needed a paint job because I had the worst car out of all the barbers in my shops.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it was because everybody got to eat first. Putting everybody on my back. You know, but it's gonna make me sick, and then my wife is gonna lose me. My kids ain't gonna have the time that they deserve, you know, with their dad. And so I just believe, bro, it's okay. It's okay to get a bad review. It's okay that the shop ain't clean one week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. A quote that I love is, "You can do anything, but you can't do everything."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So. Highlighting your mom, man, you speak of her with such high regard. What is like one of the biggest lessons that she's taught you?
My mother taught me love. Why you do that? Yeah, that's my wife too. Right there. Yeah, my mother taught me love, man. She taught me unconditional love. She taught me sacrifice. Nobody sacrificed more than my mother. Like, what I've sacrificed is nothing compared to her. You know, imagine your whole career you're working minimum wage at Sally's, you know, to raise your kids. And yeah, she just taught me love. Look at her. There was nothing I could do wrong.
Yeah.
Like I told you, bro, I wasn't even going to high school. I was like fighting all the time in the streets. There was nothing I could do wrong to my mother. She always believed I was gonna be great no matter what, and bragged about me. And that. So just such a beautiful person.
Crazy. Similar. My mom worked at Sally's up until.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up until like my freshman year of high school, which is really when I started to take barbering seriously.
Yeah.
So where I got my first clippers, and all my first supplies was from her Sally's job.
Yeah.
So having reached, the level of success that you've had, which is amazing, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
Do you have any regrets?
Nah, hell no. No. God is good, man. When I tell you it's a miracle, when I tell you luck, man, I couldn't ask for a better journey personally. Besides, some of the things like with my mother and stuff, and some of the loved ones that I've lost throughout the years. Like besides that, man, I have no regrets, man. I got to pinch myself sometimes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that, that's part of what motivates me to keep sharing and keep, pouring and keep building, because I want more people to be successful. I'm not going to say successful, to build the life that they want, because it's possible for everyone.
Yeah.
It truly is. Everybody ain't going to be Jeff Bezos, right? But everyone can design a life that they love, and there's so many people feel fulfilled, and there's so many people that they live a whole life and they never reach that. And to me, that's one of the saddest things, because you have a life, you're breathing. That is a gift, and everyone deserves to have that. You just got to know it's possible.
100. Yeah. When it's all said and done, right after. Really, when it's all said and done, what impact do you hope to leave behind?
I just want to be a good representation of, what a good man is. I want to inspire people, and, I want to feel like whatever God put me on this earth to be, to do, that I walked in that path. You know what I mean? And I believe that, once everybody's time comes, I do believe that there's going to be, the work. I'm not going to say that the work that you've done here is. I believe that a lot of what you do while you're here, those are fruits that you take with you. You know what I mean? And so, I just want, man. I just want to impact, man, as much as I can, because that's what. I can't explain why, I've had the life that I've had, besides I'm being used as a vessel to you know what I mean? To pour into people. So, aside from that, man, I want to be a great father, a great husband, and just a great man, bro.
Beautiful. If you had to describe your life in a hairstyle, what hairstyle would it be?
I don't know, man. My life in a hairstyle. I don't know, man. That's a difficult one. High taper. I guess. High taper, I guess.
Yeah. Why high taper?
Yeah.
What?
Why? It's just, I don't know. It's always been the cut that I've got, and it just feels right. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's functional. It's easy to it's balanced. It's well balanced. You could be professional with it. But it's got some edge to it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, bro. If nobody else tells you for the rest of your life, you have had the utmost, number one, biggest impact, not only in my barbering journey, but really in the way that I live my life. I'm being quite honest with you. And it's crazy that you can do that through a screen. Yeah. Like, I'm just now getting to know you a little bit, right? Yeah. But I thank you for taking out this time today. And bro, you're walking in purpose. You're walking in your calling.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Hey, this was really well done.
Man, thank you,
bro. I really
bro.
appreciate this, man. That means the world to me, and I hope
she'd be proud of you, man.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, bro.
Yep.
Thank you. She always told me she was proud of me when I wasn't doing shit. Couldn't do no wrong.